What's up, everyone, and welcome to the SGA Sports Talk channel. I hope you're having a great day, and welcome to the Postgame show. As the San Francisco 49ers suffer a heartbreaking loss for the fans in attendance at Levi's Stadium, and it was really tough. I thought they fought hard in the game, but in the end they lost the contest on a 51-yard field goal by Mason Crosby. The final score was San Francisco 30, Green Bay Packers 28, in front of their home crowd, which is such a great feeling. And we will definitely bounce back. We will definitely bounce back from this loss when we face our next opponent, which is the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I would like to welcome CG Ruthless to the post-game show. Hey, CG, how are you doing tonight? Looks like the Niners didn't win this game. It was an unfortunate loss for the faithful, but what do you think the Niners can focus on so we can win the next game against Seattle, which is on October 3rd?
We need to stop doing man-to-man coverage. We need to stop doing that. That doesn't fit our cornerbacks. We need to play up to their strength instead of playing up to the weakness. You had 37 seconds left on the game to at least play good coverage, right? We were in good position, but the only problem with that was just the man-to-man just doesn't work with with guys like Lenore or guys like Mosley or any other players we got. So, and then you're gonna put in Dante Johnson. So I feel like the cornerback position has been exposed for the coverage. It doesn't matter what kind of receiver that the Packers got, but if you can't cover somebody like this guy, it's going to be a tough matchup, especially when you play against somebody like Metcalf. If you play against somebody like Metcalf, and I know usually when you lose a game, it gives you the bounce back performance, but we're going to play against a really pissed off Seahawks team that actually lost 2 straight games. So as far as the game overall, I feel like Jimmy was a little bit inconsistent a little bit. He needs to work on being more better this time, man. Because
So
that's that. I mean,
so my question to you, CG, is that how are the ways that San Francisco was exposed tonight against Green Bay, showing that they lost this game on a 51-yarder field goal by Mason Crosby in the ending 37 seconds of the game?
all right, well, like what I meant by the weakness is it's the coverage or secondary. It's kind of shown the signs of what teams were more like. I was more concerned about it going into the offseason, and I feel like it's still a problem going into the season. So they were relying more on Verrett, but guess what? He missed the season in just one game. And now you're on to the other guy, Josh Norman. He's rolled out. So it's kind of hard to really understand, like, for perspectively, man, how we're going to be able to play. Like, we're going to play against some really good receivers coming into the season, but if we keep playing this man-to-man stuff, we're gonna do exactly what Seattle does, give up a lot of yards, and that's not good. So we got to work on zone coverage at least. Try to limit the plays away a little bit. So
Yeah,
that's probably the one weakness I see, and I get it. Jim,
the thing I don't understand with the 49ers is
what
that
were you gonna say? My bad.
they keep making mistakes, and looks like they don't learn from their mistakes, which is the reason for their problem, right? Because if they learn from their mistakes and they don't keep making them again and again, they might win some games. But if they keep making crucial mistakes in the duration of the game, they're not going to win any games. I mean, it's really really easy as that, right? I mean, it's not really too complicated, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's not. But let's be Let's be realistic. The first 2 games, we got away with the Lions. It could have gone into overtime. We almost blew that away. The Eagles, for some reason, we almost were this close to losing it, but we didn't give up a touchdown until the end of the fourth quarter. And what we did against Green Bay, can you imagine what Russell Wilson will do against us? That's going to be a really tough matchup, and we got to be able to get to that quarterback. And I didn't see much out of our defense. We didn't create enough pressure. We didn't really make Aaron Rodgers uncomfortable. He had enough time in the pocket to where he can just put his sunglasses on and just throw in the damn ball when he wants to. That's just how bad we were playing. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Hey, you're muted, bro. You're muted.
Um, so my question to you is that how are we gonna hold down um Russell Wilson when we play him Sunday night on Sunday night against the Seattle Seahawks? How do you think we're gonna hold down Russell Wilson, not let him have a really great game?
We gotta really contain him. We know he's a good runner. He's a good passer too, but we really gotta contain this guy from moving outside the pocket a little bit. And that's been the toughest task. Sure, we played against somebody like Jalen Hurts, who's very mobile too, but Russell Wilson's at a higher level, so that's going to be a really tough task. You got to stop him from running from the ball, which if we can limit those plays away, then I think we have a good chance. But we got to have a good offense. If our offense can really expose their secondary and have enough time in the pocket and run it pretty good, I say why not? We should be able to beat them. But who am I to judge? If we can't get the coverage right, then it's going to be anybody's game.
So the Seattle Seahawks and 49ers game, do you think it's gonna get this nerve the have all the fans having such a nervous feeling that we just like in the Niners game we just scored that touchdown to tie the game up at 27, but then Mason Crosby came in and then he went to kick that field goal, and then he made the field goal, which was kind of surprising because I thought he would miss that field goal, and then we would have won the game. But that was kind of was did you find that shocking when Mason Crosby took that 51-yard field goal and ended up making it?
Ah, man, let me tell you what, man. Mason Crosby, for some reason, I just hate that kicker. I just hate him, just for the fact that he kicked the game winner. But there's always been a good reason why he's a decent kicker. Like he's all right, but when he's in position for that, man, it makes me really dislike this guy. Like, damn, bro, I wish he could just miss a damn field goal for once. But he's
As a
really a good kicker when it comes down to it.
as a Niners fan, do you really hate Mason Crosby? Just as a 49er supporter, just
Well, I just hate.
watching.
I just hate him for the fact that he's always been able to make some game-winning kicks, especially against my team. But as far as him as a kicker, he gets replaced. But I'm just saying, I just hate the moments when it comes down to that guy kicking field goals. Of course, you're gonna hate a certain individual, but the one player that I don't understand is like why we like you let Devontae Adams become a big factor, and I don't know, D'Amico Ryans. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm giving him a pass for now, but I know it's too soon to judge him right now. You got to give him some. You got to give him a full season to like actually start making adjustments with these players. But he really needs to understand that you can't be doing this man coverage no more. Doesn't work. And for and we're not even trying to get other cornerbacks who fit the like if you want to play man to man, right? At least get somebody who fits the skill set. You don't have Verrett no more. Verrett plays that well, but you don't have anybody else. Mosley can play maybe up to that level, like half decent at least. But if you put him at zone or other positions like there, that's where we can really be effective. But we're not doing it, and that's where you give up a lot of those big plays. Using man to man is like an island. You're by yourself. So you're by yourself when you do man to man coverage. But when you play
Um,
zone, you can always get the help.
so did you was it could you like everybody in the fans at Levi Stadium, could you see how nervous they were feeling when Mason Crosby was going to go for that field goal?
Yeah, it was because there was 37 seconds left on the clock, and I knew that was going to happen. But hey, Gavin wants to go on to the stream. Can you send him the link?
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me on the inbox. Just send him the link. Nah, but yeah. Oh yeah, Moses, man. Let me tell you what, Moses is right about the DB spot right there, man. Hey, come on, Moses, come on to the stream and defend me on this one, man. Yeah, I can agree on that aspect, bro. The secondary's been a weakness, but I feel like there's some spots there. Yeah.
So Moses Martinez is saying what the f was Lenoir doing? Break on the damn ball. Whose bright idea was to put Johnson in? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts about Moses Martinez's comment?
I agree on that aspect of that part. What he said, like, I mean, Lenore, he's far better than Johnson, but he still needs to work on his techniques better, and he'll get there in no time. But he did it at a critical time where we should have won the game. But I'm not going to put the blame on him personally. I think it's mostly the fact that that the Miko Ryans put him in a position to where he couldn't be able to capitalize much of it. Like, for example, when you have this guy play your position. Hey, I think that troll's gonna probably say something stupid to you. Gotta watch out, man. Oh no, but in all seriously, like if you kind of get where Moses is coming from, he plays the position and he'll tell you what was the issue. If we got to cover their best receiver, we got to neutralize it. In order for us to win against them, we got to neutralize their best player on offense, and we definitely need to improve stopping the run too. And we have to figure out some ways to neutralize a mobile quarterback. We got to at least spy the quarterback, read where he's going, and stop him. But we can't do that because we play this little whatever type of defense. It doesn't really work. It's kind of like a vanilla type defense the way it seems. But I'm not going there too soon on D'Amico. He's still got a lot to learn. So I'm just saying. Yeah, I guess Gavin wants you to send him the stream, but can you send him the stream or no?
I already sent him the StreamYard link on his Discord.
All right, I'll just tell. I mean, he just inboxed me on Twitter, but hey, yeah.
So my
send him the link too. Send OG in there too.
Hey, how's it going, Notorious GAV?
What's up, Shardol? What's up, CG? How's it going, bros?
Going
Gavin, all right, man.
My question for you is that were you a little shocked about when Mason Crosby nailed that 51-yarder?
No, I wasn't really. I knew as soon as they got onto our 40-yard line, I thought, oh, that's it. Crosby's gonna nail it.
So
but,
Gavin,
what I thought, hang on, Shardol. What I thought should have happened was when Juicecheck went over the line to score, instead of going over the line to score, he should have stopped himself on the 1-yard line. And then we could have ate up even more the clock. That's what I want to see happen. But yeah, I think it's a different game if we do something like that. Or if the Packers had stopped us. I think we'd have won that game. But yeah, we scored and we left too much time on the clock for Rodgers. Rodgers is going to punish us every single time. It might only be 30 seconds, but that's 25 seconds too much for an Hall of Famer like Rodgers. Yeah. Sean, you're muted again. You're muted, bro.
You're muted, but especially when you could have at least ran a little bit of that clock too. Yeah.
Yeah, we could have. CG, yeah.
So Gavin, when I was watching the game, I found out that Mason Crosby keeps CJ doesn't like him, and he just doesn't like Mason Crosby as a kicker. What are your thoughts of Mason Crosby?
I think he's reliable. He's a good kicker. Yeah, that's why I knew as soon as the Green Bay Packers started to go downfield, I knew straight away that as soon as they got in field goal range, it was game over. Yeah, I think we should have ate up more of the clock. We definitely should have ate up more of the clock, and we didn't, and it cost us.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing to dislike him, but he is a very solid kicker. So that's what makes it really terrible. It's like he's been their kicker for so many years, so it's like they really trust this guy when it comes to the game on the line. But not a lot of people trust their own kickers these days. So it's like if the Packers really have full confidence in Mason Crosby, of course they're going to take that chance with him. Look at Baltimore, for example. Baltimore could have lost to the Lions, but guess what? They trusted Justin Tucker, and he was able to kick the longest field goal in NFL history, which is a 66-yarder. To win the game.
66 yards. I watched that, right? Off the crossbar it was. Absolute stunning kick that was. Fair plays to him. That rocket.
Yeah, I think Moses wants to go onto the stream too.
Yeah, Moses is coming in now. I sent him the link on Twitter. Daniel Hill has got a statement by Earshot. All right. We need Lance. So, what are your thoughts on what we saw with Lance, and should we have played him more in the game? CG, you go first.
We should have been able to do that. If we weren't able to create a running game, we could have at least tried to mix up the offense a little more with Lance, but we didn't even get to do much of that. We were able to just do that goal line package play, which worked pretty fine, but we still need to use them more.
So Gavin, so when I watched the game on TV, that was pretty exciting when Trey Lance scored that touchdown. He ran it in.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about that?
Did you see the play by Alex Mack? Did you see Alex Mack come across the line and Williams just throw that guy on the goal line? Oh, absolute stud play by the offensive line. The offensive line stepped up big time in that play.
Something really exciting for me is that Daniel Brunskill is from San Diego State.
Yeah, but he had a poor game. Out of the offensive linemen, I thought he had the poorest game.
CG, and we're actually, and San Jose State University is actually playing San Diego State in our homecoming game, because we have a homecoming game every year for San Jose State, and we're playing San Diego State, which is the team that Daniel Brunskill went to, which is going to be super exciting because. I gotta support. I'm not a San Diego State supporter, but anytime you have a San Francisco 49ers player who went to the university that your team is playing against, it has to be pretty exciting, right?
Yeah,
it probably has to be, but
because we're playing San Diego State and Daniel Brunskill went there.
Yes,
you know what I didn't understand about him. What went really wrong was we didn't run the ball as much with Trey Sermon. We should have gave the kid more carries, dude. You got to give this
Gavin,
kid a chance.
My question to you is that
it seemed to be right. Hang on 2 seconds, Sean. Right, it seemed to be he was willing to give the ball to Juice to run more than Sermon. It seemed like he trusted Juice more in the run game than Sermon, and that just boggled my mind. That did. I don't want to see Juice getting handoffs and going up the middle because that's not really where Juice's talent is. Juice's talent is obviously opening up the running lanes for the running backs, but also receiving the ball, being in the backfield as well. Like, I want to see him get the ball more and line up as a tight end more.
Yeah, but you said before, feed Juice the ball, which he'll get the ball.
Yeah, you got to feed the Juice. I said it right. I was watching the game, right, and I said it in the second quarter. I tweeted out. I said this Juice is going to go off now. Juice is going to go off, and he scored that touchdown in the last minute, and I thought, he won it for us by a jump in around my house. I was jumping, and then for them to come down the field and for them to hit that field goal, absolutely gut-wrenching it was. But at the end of the day, right, what we need to look at, right, are the positives, right? That team we played just now, right, was an NFC Championship team last year, right? They haven't changed much. Nothing's much changed about that team, and we took them right down to the wire. Right, but everybody's saying that the Packers suck. They don't suck. How can they suck? They got the same team, really. If anything, they've got better because we got Randall Cobb now as well. They have, so they've improved. So I see that game tonight as a win. I do. But even though we lost, it's still a win because we took them all the way to the wire. We should have won that game. What do you think, CG?
Oh, that game should have been winning. We should have won that game, period. But I think if you look at it this way, Green Bay is not exactly as bad as people think they are. But I think they started getting in their groove a little bit. Like when they played the Lions, I think that was the Green Bay we were looking at. Like I was thinking, which Green Bay team's going to show up? And I didn't mean it as no disrespect. I said, like, which one's going to show up? Because we've seen different Green Bays. We've seen the one that's kind of beaten us before, and we've seen the Green Bay that actually got beat by us pretty bad. So you get like maybe a different side of which one you're going to get.
Check, I got you. What's your thoughts, Sean? Go on, CG, sorry. Sean, I think you're muted again, bro.
You're still mute, buddy.
Hey,
Stop muting yourself.
Hey, Gavin,
What?
Can you send that link to Moses again?
I sent it to him on Twitter. I did.
So he hasn't clicked on it yet?
I don't know. I don't think so. Let me check. But yeah, I've sent it to him. I want to get Moses in here because I want to talk about Lenore. I do. But
Hey,
give him a few
CG.
minutes.
Hey, what's your thoughts of Lenoir?
Well, he still needs to improve a lot better. I still see a lot of potential in him, but I still think there's going to be a lot of ups and downs with this kid because you got this guy in the 5th round. So you're going to expect the ups and downs. But the one thing he kind of had to learn is to really he needs to craft a little bit better on his coverage a little bit. Other than that, there's not really much of a issue of the way he plays the game. I like the fact he can tackle, but he's got to work on his hip movements and all the other stuff that he can work on. It'll get.
Hey Gavin, my question
Yeah.
to you is that how will the 49ers bounce back from this 3-point loss?
Well, I just want to touch on the Lenore point we was just making first, and then I'll get to that. Right, yeah, but I think that Lenore needs to turn his head more, yeah, and look at the ball more as well, because the ball's just coming over him, and he's playing the man, and he's gave away a couple of penalties, and it's like, I know he's a 5th rounder and he is a prospect, but at the moment we need players to step up big, especially at that position. But as far as bouncing back, I see a couple of our running backs should be back next week, right? Will Elijah Mitchell be back next week? CG, do you know
More
if
than
Elijah
likely,
Mitchell's
but
back? More than likely.
It seems like he might play, but we need to really give the ball to Sherman more, man, because there could have been opportunities where you should just gave the guy a chance. Sure, he had a little rough start, but he started getting his group together now.
Hey,
He did, yeah, he did start
Gavin,
putting the
I was saying that that we would go 8-0. Actually, when I said that, actually, I was wrong about that. I didn't really look at my information correctly. We can't really go 8-0 now. It's not gonna happen now.
No.
There's no way we're gonna.
I told you.
We're
I
gonna go
told you from the.
undefeated because we just lost today. So there's no way we're gonna go
Yeah.
undefeated. So that was
Yeah.
kind of far fetched. I mean, I wasn't like I was making a far fetched a comment, but I didn't realize that my comment was, a little bit like unreasonable, and I had to kind of like be a little more reasonable with my predictions and what I think.
I gotta be honest.
I told you. I told you from the get
Because I didn't because I'm like a Niner fan, and sometimes I get a little bit hopeful that these things are gonna eventually end up happening, but then I don't research my information correctly, and then I just make these boneheaded predictions that like just don't make sense at all.
I gotta be honest, right, guys. I'm slightly more confident, right, about playing the Seahawks next week after watching them play today.
But
Because
do you
they
think we're gonna
looked
win
rubbish
against?
today, and I think we can walk
I
all
mean,
over
what are
them
your
next week.
thoughts? I mean, if the Seahawks are absolutely rubbish, we should blow them out then.
Well, I don't know about blowing
They're
them out,
rubbish.
but
I don't know
I mean,
about that, man. I don't know.
if that team is rubbish and they're not a great team at all, then why don't you want to blow them out? I mean, like the teams that are rubbish and we can easily win against, we should like blow them out by like, I don't know, 20-30 points maybe more
I'm
than
not- I'm
that.
not saying that. I'm just saying-
But Seattle's still a competitive team. Don't let the record
Yeah.
fool you. Like I just
But
don't.
I'm not saying the let the record fool you. I'm saying like if we don't have to be afraid of playing the Seahawks. I mean, we just got to go out and play hard and play our best game of football, and like the result will follow. But we gotta play hard. We gotta put all our
So
effort,
we got
and
another
all
Sunday
our
football game.
everything out on the line. We gotta focus on playing Seattle, and then the result will follow after. We don't have to focus on the result. We just have to focus on how hard the Niners, how hard they fight. Because
So we got.
I know
so
the
we got
Niners,
another.
man. They can really fight hard when they need to. They can really
Well,
like
I'm just,
that. I know the Niners. I've supported them throughout the years. I know how much of a good football team they are and how they can just make the other team pay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I see it,
I'm
right,
just
yeah.
hoping. I'm just
Oh,
hoping
Because
this.
the other team, if the other team messes with the 49ers, the other team is gonna pay. Like the other team is gonna, they're gonna face retribution, right? They're gonna face like, we're gonna like you scored 10 points on us in the first quarter. We're gonna come back in the second half and we're gonna score like 50 points on you. Like we're gonna score double the amount that you scored.
Sorry, let's CG talk. Right? Yeah, CG, you go.
Hey, but let me tell you this, dude. Well, I'm just hoping this defeat kind of pisses us off to where we can actually beat the brakes out of a team like this. But in reality, Seattle's always had our number, and it's hard to like really underestimate them because it's a division team, and they've been owning us since I can remember. But I'll tell you what, Green Bay may have got us a wake-up call, but I'm hoping this offense gets it together because I know our defense, they can do so much, but there's a lot they can work on for sure. Coverage is the most part they need to improve on. Just the offense has to be more consistent, man, because we can do so much, man. Like that Detroit Lions game, our offense was able to score 41 points, but that was out of luck.
CG, do you think D'Amico Ryans cost us this game?
Man, dude, if you have to like tell this guy not to do man to man, then sure, but we're too soon to judge this guy. Give him at least a full season to at least make some adjustments.
Yeah, but he was playing soft coverage on the last couple of plays. He did play. I mean, he played it completely.
You can't do none of. You can't do. And don't do those prevent shit. It doesn't work. None of that man to man. It doesn't work. You're giving up 20 yards anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Only do it when you really need.
On the first play, he went deep. He cut the two safeties deep, and on the second play, then everybody knew he was going to go short, and he was going to be an underneath route. And what did he do? He had the safeties too high. I said, he cost us the game. I think D'Amico did. We was obviously going to get growing pains, but
I'm wondering.
It all lies with D'Amico.
I'm wondering if we're going to play Drake or Patrick next week unless Josh Norman's going to be ruled out.
Oh, yeah, because he went off, didn't he, with a chest problem, didn't he? Any news on that?
And if I'm Shanahan, and the rest of the coaching staff, I'm sorry, Dante, you got to go. I'm going to have to put Drake or Patrick out there, dude.
Hey, Gavin, there's a question that's coming in from Daniel Hill. Yeah. He's saying any team with a good wide receiver we're going to lose to.
Yeah, well, that's what we need to worry about now with the Seahawks as well, because they've got some really good wide receivers, right? They got
DK Metcalf's a big he's a big receiver. Tyler Lockett's a big matchup.
Yeah, Lockett, that's it. Like,
that guy's a matchup.
Good wide receivers, yeah. So,
CG. So, what about this question? What are you and Gavin's thoughts about this question coming in from Daniel Hill? He says offense can't win a shootout and corners suck.
Yeah, to be honest, it's true because if you look at the first two games, look, dude, we won a shootout with a crappy team that's the worst in the league. But when we played a team like the Eagles, okay, I'll give it credit where it's due. The Eagles were not exactly as bad as people think they are, but they're not like kind of like a team like Green Bay. They don't kind of give you that kind of team like Green Bay would, or a team like Seattle. Or the Rams, those kind of teams give you a lot to fight for. But the Eagles, they're really good too. But if you can't win a shootout with a team like Aaron Rodgers, then you're not going to win nothing, period. And especially with Tom Brady, with the Bucs, you got to win in a shootout with the Bucs too. So if you can't cover their best receivers, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be a long, long day if we can't cover DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Definitely, without a doubt.
We have this other question coming from Rolls Royce. He says, I'm sick of Kyle Shanahan play calling Jimmy holds his team back.
Ooh. What do you think about that, Shadol? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't think Jimmy holds his team back. I mean, Jimmy's a great player. I mean, maybe Kyle Shanahan's the person to blame here, not Jimmy.
Here's where I may agree on some extent with Rolls Royce. Well, the reason why Jimmy would hold us back is because our offense is very limited. When I mean by limited, it means that Kyle Shanahan's not able to expand more of a playbook with this kind of offense. Like, Trey Lance will open up the playbook more because of his skill set. Jimmy G will give you a limited pass where it's more of like throw dink and dunk type of passes or be able to manage the game here and there, but he's not going to give you like those Mahomes type throws or those kind of guys that you would want on your team or Josh Allen type throws. It's going to be more like you want to open up your playbook more. But Shanahan doesn't have that. He doesn't. He wants to give Trey Lance the keys, but not right now. Just not right now. He wants to let Jimmy take over for the time being.
Yeah, I think I don't know about Jimmy holding us back, but I will say that in the first half, right, Kyle and Jimmy cost us the game, and then D'Amico cost us the game eventually in the second half. So it was a tale, a tale of two evils sort of thing. Yeah, and I don't think that Jimmy holds us back that much, but his inability to go deep and throw outside the numbers sometimes is holding us back. Will Trey Lance be able to do that effectively? I'm not so sure. I'm not so
I
sure.
think
So
I think Trey Lance will be able to do that effectively. Just we need to rely on him more. I mean, we need
we
to
haven't
rely on
seen
Trey
that on the
Lance
pitch,
more.
have we? We haven't seen that on
and
the pitch
and
to
and
say
we
that.
have to see his talent because we have to play Trey Lance more. I mean, CG, what are your thoughts about that? Because we haven't been playing Trey Lance a lot, and we should be playing him more.
Well, we should because it kind of does open up our offense more, and the defense will be more honest when it comes to those kind of coverage plays. They'll probably be more. They'll think twice about it. Like even if they do cover, they have to think twice about Trey Lance running the ball too. They might have to
Um,
think twice about his deep ball too.
so
But
Gavin, so another question I have about putting in Trey Lance. I mean, if they're only putting Jimmy G, I mean, is Jimmy G kind of being a bully that they're not putting Lance and Jimmy, like Lance wants to come in, but um they're not putting Lance in the game. So I think they're kind of being a little disrespectful to Trey Lance in my opinion because they're always putting Jimmy G in the game and they're not putting
Yeah,
Trey Lance in the game. So do you think they're being disrespectful to Trey Lance, like putting him down, like
no, no,
treating him?
I don't think they're being disrespectful to Trey Lance. At the end of the day, right, all the rookie quarterbacks that have started this season are all having growing pains, right? Trevor Lawrence, right, he has thrown 2 interceptions for his first 3 games, yeah, and I think the only people to do that, right, yeah, is Manning and
yeah,
who
we
was their
can't do no worse with Trey Lance right now. So like I
But I
said,
don't know.
I think at this point.
Would Trey Lance have put up 30 points against the Packers though? The same way that Jimmy did and got us down the field and kept the chains moving.
It would be a lot
I,
harder, yeah. It would be a lot
yeah.
harder, but I think with experience, this kid would get better in no time. But I'm not saying like I know there's two different sides of our fan base. There's the team Lance, there's the team Jimmy. It's like I don't want to pick against either, but if Jimmy keeps on playing the way he's been playing, man, I'm sorry, man. We can't be playing this little coming from behind type of games because like if we're down by 10 points or 17 points, we shouldn't even be in that position to begin with. We should be in position to win. Period. That's it. I know a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, Trey wouldn't put us in this position." Well, how about this? Let this kid. At some point, we're gonna have to play this kid, and let's see what this kid's made out of. I mean, I'm all in for this kid, but I wanna know when Shanahan's really gonna give the keys to the kid. It's like, okay, Jimmy, we believe in you, but are you gonna really redeem yourself, man? Stop making costly, stupid, boneheaded turnovers, bro. Seriously.
He nearly made a couple of interceptions tonight. He did. It was a load of examples of bad Jimmy coming out to play tonight. It was, yeah. It was the one interception, and he should have thrown 2 more at least. I think he should have. He should have been 3 interceptions on the night. I thought, but I think he thought that he was lucky to get away with it, and he was lucky to get away with the intentional grounding as well. He was, yeah. So
A lot of the calls were in our favor too, and that's the messed up part. We couldn't even capitalize that. I know a lot of this fan base. For example, if we did win this game, all you're going to hear is excuses. Oh, the refs gave us the game and all this blah blah blah. That would have been the way. But hey, we couldn't even cover this. We couldn't even cover for the refs. So what does that tell you? I mean, I don't know. It's like whatever.
Oh, look at this. We got 49er minded on his way, guys.
We got Bashaw. We got
Bashaw. Let's go.
We got Minded in the building.
Shadow, take that tweet down with the StreamYard link. You've just sent it to everybody.
It's the 49er Minded.
Send it to Jackhammer.
Yeah, I kind of ranted, man. I don't know if you guys saw my video.
But no, but I want to go back to your saying about the penalties, CG, yeah? Because we gave away 90 yards, at least 90 yards worth of penalties ourselves We did.
Yeah, you got
yes.
penalties a lot. You got penalties everywhere, man. Like you got
Yeah.
a penalty off. You got a penalty off of Lenore. A couple penalties from him, and then there was a penalty from.
That BS one against Mosley.
Yo, Bashar.
Yeah.
That was 38 yards. That was a 38-yard penalty. That was, wasn't it? Something like that, wasn't it?
What's up, guys? You guys hear me
Hey,
good?
Bashar, welcome to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
stream,
we can
bro.
hear you, Bash.
You have
Thanks,
anything
man.
to share about? You have anything to share about the 49ers loss today against the Packers, man? Very disappointing loss for the faithful. I thought we would win this game, in my opinion, but we actually lost it on Mason Crosby 51-yard field goal.
In the very beginning, it looked like we had no chance to be in the game at all, but we came back.
This game was so disappointing because I thought we would win this game, man.
We came back, but I know
And we
I've heard it in the past where Gavin asked people,
Yeah, we lost, man.
did we see good Jimmy or bad Jimmy?
Yeah, and today we saw bad Jimmy.
And like you guys
Really
mentioned
bad
earlier,
Jimmy,
he
man.
should have got picked out. He should have got picked off a whole lot more.
I mean,
is all I gotta say.
Yeah,
I mean,
so at least 3
the thing that
interceptions,
I'm really upset about is that Jimmy G is always such a great quarterback, and I know he always has times when he has great games, but today it wasn't his game today. Like today was not the way this is not the type of Jimmy we really wanted to see today. We wanted to see more of like a much better version of Jimmy.
Bash, do you think we should have saw the Trey Lance package more tonight?
Well, we should have did it against Green Bay more. We should have did more of those. If they weren't confident with running the ball with Trey Sermon and the other backs, then you could have at least tried to put in more of the package play. But dude, here's my issue with the front office or the coaching staff in general, man. Why weren't you not giving Trey Sermon enough carries, man? What the hell? You drafted this guy in the 3rd round to get carries.
It kind of took Trey Sermon a while to get going because we were playing from behind and they put up so many points so quick, and it almost took our run game away completely. But I just think if you threw Trey Lance in there early with Sermon, it helps jumpstart the running game. Trey Lance's presence alone will help jumpstart the run game because the teams have to account for him. They're going to be scared that he has to run, and he could do a re-option, and then boom, Trey Sermon's holes would have opened up even more. At times, Sermon looked pretty good. A lot of people hate on him for some reason. They don't want to give him a chance. I have no idea why they hate him. They get so personal with him. We barely even seen the guy, but I think he's pretty good. I think he's decent. I think he has a chance to be good. But again, my thing is especially that they stacked the box so much on Jimmy. Put Lance in there more, and therefore, especially if our running game is struggling with Jimmy, even bigger reason to put Lance in there. But supposedly they're so worried about trying to build up Jimmy's trade value. What value does he have if Gardner Minshew got traded for a 6th round pick? What value does Jimmy G have?
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, Bashar.
Jimmy's worth a Dollar Tree at this point, bro. Come on.
Hey, Gavin.
Yeah.
Hey, my question is to use that. When I was watching the game on TV, and then I saw the Niners make that touchdown, and then the game was tied at 27, and then they made the extra point, and it was 28-27, and then the 49ers had the lead. I was starting to celebrate early, which I shouldn't have celebrated early because after celebrating early, what happens, right? Your team loses, right? So, CG? So do you agree that it's not a good idea to celebrate early? You want to wait until the game is finally over, then you start celebrating. Yeah. You don't celebrate early. If you celebrate early, something bad can happen, like what Mason Crosby did.
Yeah, well, you don't want to celebrate. You don't celebrate until the fat lady sings.
I've got a funny story about
Bashar, so do you agree with me with my comment that you don't celebrate early because you want to wait till the game is over? And then you start celebrating. You don't celebrate early, man, because bad things can happen if you celebrate early, man.
I'm sorry, I missed the last thing that Gavin said.
No.
Right, I got a funny story about celebrating early. Right, I follow Liverpool Soccer Club, right, and Liverpool didn't win the Premiership, right, for 30 years, and it looked like we was going to win it about 4 years ago. And Steven Gerrard, who's our best player at the time, right, he led the team the whole season, and it come to about 6 games left to play. We was top of the league, right, and we won this one game right in the lead up. Steven Gerrard, right, called the whole team into an huddle, and he was like that to everybody, pointed at everybody, and he was saying, "Do not slip up, do not slip up." And we played Chelsea the week after. The ball got played to him at the back, right in the local fans, right, they were all singing, "And are you gonna believe us? And are you gonna believe us? And are you gonna believe us?" we're going to win the league and all this, right? Yeah, we thought we won it, right? The ball gets played back to Steven Gerrard. What's he do? Slip, right? Denver Bar goes round him, they score, bang, we lost the league. Never celebrate too early, boys. Never. It's a killer.
If you celebrate early, it's bad juju.
It is, yeah. So, Bash, you want to lead on for that?
So, Bashar, so my question to you is that you should never celebrate early in a game.
Yeah. Well, who was celebrating early? Who are you blaming that on?
No, I was celebrating early because
but you're a fan, though.
No, my team was winning 28-27.
Yeah, but that's not the players.
Jimmy G scored that touch after.
I got it. You're right, but
I
you're not a
got a
player.
question for Bash.
What's up? Go ahead, Gavin.
Right then, Bash, what was your thoughts about handing the ball off to Juice? Did we trust Juice more in the run game than we did Sermon?
Hey, what's up, OG49?
Juice is a veteran. I think that they didn't. I like Sermon a lot, more so than a lot of other people's do, and a lot of people are just so willing to not give Sermon a chance because they personally don't like him on a personal level for whatever weird, strange reason.
I like him from Oklahoma.
It's kind of weird that Sermon gets hate, and he just started. It's like, give the guy a shot. Come on now. Anyways, Juszczyk's a veteran, and I'm glad Juszczyk finally saw The Rock more. Good, finally. It's like, no, seriously, we pay him all that money, and he doesn't get the ball enough. And really quick, you mentioned UK soccer. You made a UK soccer reference, and you were imitating a chant. Somebody told me that in the UK, the crowd sometimes yell at whoever in the crowd, and they'll be like, "You fat bastard! You fat bastard! You ate all the pies! You ate all the pies!"
Yeah. Who ate all the pies? You ate all the pies! You fat bastard! You fat bastard! You ate all the pies!
I like your version better. I like your
one. My favorite one. The referees are one.
Hey guys, let OG talk.
The referees are what?
A wanker.
That's a good. We should use that one. What's up, OG?
Yo.
What's up, everyone? I needed time to calm down because I was hot.
Oh.
Hey, we don't blame you, man. We don't blame you.
OG, walk us through where the cornerbacks went wrong tonight. OG, tell us exactly where the defensive backs went wrong tonight.
Man, it's basically pick your poison. I could choose numerous of them, but I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can. So I'm gonna start with Lenore on that. Okay, whose bright idea was it to go play man to man on Devontae Adams on the last drive? Whose bright idea was that? One and two. Lenore, what are you doing playing off of Devontae Adams that far, guarding the sideline? When he throws the ball, you break on it. You don't stand there.
Yeah, I wish you were our DB coach.
you don't stand there. You go charge at the ball. You attack the ball. You leave Devontae Adams. You're like, whoa, this is cool. That's basically what you're doing. Twice it happened.
I would have liked to see you yell at that guy. I would have liked to see you yell at that kid and tell him, hey, man,
don't get me started on the end zone, on the touchdown pass. When you play DB, you're supposed to go back with the receiver. Go back, give depth. You don't go back and then jump and try to make a play. That doesn't work because look what happened.
Yeah, it was like a foot over his head. Yeah.
And then who bright idea was it to put Dante Johnson in? Oh my God! If I was an alcoholic, I'd be drinking 3 beers because he was in there. Whose bright idea was that?
But you're right though. With the first point you made,
that's true.
Hey, OG. Hey, you think that was that was a bad decision to put Dante Johnson in the game?
You just said it.
Absolutely. Did you see?
Why would they do that, man? Like, just pay attention to what you're
Drake
doing,
or Patrick instead.
Don't be putting people in the game. Like, why are you putting people in the game like that?
And then, did you see the horrible footwork on Dante Johnson?
I don't like Dante Johnson. Like, they should have like what were they thinking of deciding to put him in the game?
Because he knows the system, he's familiar. We keep it cheaper.
But CG, Gavin, Sardell, didn't I call it?
You called it, bro. You called it. You did call it.
I called it on my round table. On the round table, right down the middle. Secondary was the biggest link.
Didn't I say Rodgers was going to do that back shoulder pass? Didn't I tell everybody that?
You did.
Yeah. You said it right before it happened.
I did.
I can see it coming because Rodgers is notorious for that.
He called it on the round table.
Dante Johnson.
OG.
And then Mosley. You're the 7 route. I understand the 7 route is hard to defend. I mean, when I played DB, I had a hard time with it. But he was in perfect position. You don't need to grab Devontae Adams. You're in perfect position. Plus, the ball's overthrown. Don't grab him. You're in perfect position.
OG.
Bash, yeah, you sound like you had a
Oh.
question.
Hang on. Why am I muted?
So OG 49er, why is
Bashar,
I'm
I'm not sure. Bashar was saying something then. Bash,
I want to ask
what
OG
you
a quick
saying,
question. What was that point you made about at the end that they had only one guy on Devontae Adams? Were you talking about right before the field goal?
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't bracket him, right? You're saying we didn't bracket him?
No. That's what I'm wondering.
That's so stupid.
Why are you playing man-to-man if they're playing soft coverage, a soft zone?
Exactly.
Bracking his ass. Everybody and the mother knows.
Dude, that was the softest of soft zones, wasn't it? Oh my god.
And yes, and then Lenore. What got on my nerves is Lenore is like standing there like, whoa, this is cool. No, go attack the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that last play before the field goal really had me shaking my head. I don't know, it was crazy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
for
guys.
Shanahan, man.
I'm just fired up, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, for the coaching staff, man, Dante Johnson, I don't know why he's still here. Is he kind of saying that he's Drake Kirkpatrick or something? Because we don't have him out there.
I have no idea what they were thinking. But Shardal, go ahead.
Hey, OG 49er, so my question to you is that when do you think they're going to start Drake Kirkpatrick?
I think the next game. They're going to have to. They can't put Dante Johnson in, or we're not going to last.
How do you think?
At some point,
Drake Kirkpatrick's going to do?
Was Kirkpatrick inactive or something that I don't know about?
Yeah, he
I don't
was.
know.
But at some point, you got to play. At this point, I'd rather play Avery Thomas over Dante Johnson. At least I'll get some growing pains out of this case.
Okay, CG, I'm going to go grab me another beer.
Hey, OG 49er, what were your thoughts about Mac Jones's performance?
You know what? I didn't get to watch the game, but based on what the commentators are saying, he had a pretty decent game. Just his receivers didn't help him out. I'm the
I got a Mac to talk about. Let's talk about Alex Mack. Let's talk about
I
Alex
thought
Mack.
Jimmy was pretty bad at times.
Guys, how good a game did Alex Mack have, though, guys? Alex Mack was on fire once
Alex Mack
again.
was good. Jimmy held onto the ball too long, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And what I'm shocked about is the D-line didn't get the rush, and that's what I was tripping out about.
Me too.
Yeah, we didn't see the D-line after the first quarter. After the first quarter, we didn't see him. I saw, like, Bosa, like, hobbling, sort of, I think. I think he's still not right after the ACL, guys. I don't think he's quite right. But we didn't see it after the first quarter. After the first quarter, the pass rush was just ineffective, null and void. What happened there, guys? How does that happen? How can we have a good pass rush for, like, one quarter and then the rest of the game nowhere to be seen? What happened there?
And CG, Shardell, Gavin, 49er minded. When the game started, remember I was saying, don't be surprised if Josh Norman goes on Adams on the first drive?
Yeah, I wish he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, that changed everything, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know we still haven't had Drake Kirkpatrick play at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's better than Dante Johnson.
Hey, OG
Absolutely.
49er, what are your thoughts of Josh Norman?
Even everybody says he's slow, you know, and I agree with that. I got no debate over that. But for example, look what he did to Devontae Adams when they went deep on him. Josh Norman pinned him to the sideline. He did everything perfect, and of course Adams got frustrated because he got pinned to the sideline. But everything changed after he got hurt. Everything changed about that. But as far as Josh Norman, I think he's a lot better than Dante Johnson for sure. I'd rather have him or Kirkpatrick guarding Adams.
Hey, OG 49er, so I was watching the game on TV and there was an injured player on the field from the 49ers. Do you know who it was?
Dante Johnson?
I was watching the game on TV and I saw an injured player on the field. He was like laying down on the field.
Quan Williams?
Oh, was it on Green Bay? Are you talking about the Ward hit on?
No, it was San Francisco's player on the field. It was not Green Bay. It was San Francisco. It was a 49er player.
Quan
What
Williams.
about
Quan
our-
Williams went down.
I think it was Dante Johnson.
No. Yeah, on the field. Was it Dante Johnson, the injured player on the field?
Yeah, it was Dante Johnson.
Yeah, I knew it was Dante Johnson. I don't know why they put him in.
And here's the other part is, okay, I'm not gonna lie, everybody. I seen that Twitter. Oh, that was a bad hit. That's an awful hit. This
That's
is
stupid.
football. You're gonna get hit.
He led with his shoulder.
Exactly.
At the
my point.
very
That's where I was going
end,
with it.
at the very end of the hit, the helmet connected, but he led with his shoulder.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean,
Yeah.
This is football, man. You get hit in
Let-
football, man. This is the
Like
game of
They
it.
pay
football.
millions of dollars to play this game, bro. Like you're gonna get hit.
If
You're
you
gonna
don't want
get
to
hit.
if you don't want to get hit, don't play football because football is a violent sport.
You're gonna get hit, and you're getting paid millions of dollars to play on the field. So you
And
should
it's a
take your
vi-
hits,
it's a-
take your bumps.
I'm saying it's a violent sport, right? OG, do you agree with me that football is a really violent sport?
Absolutely. When I played, I loved it. But it's
I got
but
feisty,
it's
bro.
violent,
I
but
got
it's
physical.
exciting.
That's fine.
Like I played football, so I
Hey,
in practice,
Chardal,
I
let
went-
Joey in.
Oh, what, Joey?
Yeah, Joey's Bash's friend, yeah.
He's backstage.
There you
Hey,
go.
what's up, Joe? What's up, Joey? What's up, Joey Mahoney?
Hey, everybody. And what was the thing, Gavin, Chardal, Ruthless, 49 Minded? What was the thing I called out that Lenore cannot do against Adams? Don't miss the jam.
back
When
shoulder
you jam
push.
him, don't miss it. There was a few times Lenore missed that jam.
I guess Lenore was kind of saying, "Wow, that's cool." What the hell? Is he doing?
Basically, yeah.
Overall, Lenore's, in my opinion, he's still good though. He's just learning. He's just got to learn things, you know.
Should we just kick our tires and just let Avery Thomas play at some point, man? Because he can't be no worse than Dante. He can't be no worse than Dante.
You think he can't? I don't know.
Right, guys.
I'm sure
Enough of the
Patrick.
negatives.
You gotta
That's
give him
enough
a
of the
chance.
negatives. That's enough of the negatives. Let's get on to something positive, right? Yes.
I think if you put Drake or Patrick against Metcalf, I think that would be a decent matchup because he's got the size and he can keep up with the guy.
And great point, CG. Go back to where Kirkpatrick was with the Cardinals when they played. Was it Cardinals? Yeah, it was Cardinals in Seattle. He got into Metcalf's head.
That's a good thing.
Right.
That's
So how much, guys? How much did Kittle improve for this week from last week?
I think Kittle improved
He got involved.
from last.
Kittle looked like he was hungry.
Hey, Gavin, I think George Kittle improved really great from last year to this year. I think he really improved this game a whole lot. I mean, he's slowly becoming a really, really great tight end.
Well, last week, that's all we saw him doing was pancaking defenders, linebackers, etc. But this week, we saw them handing him off to him as a running back. I saw him line up as fullback as well. I saw George Kittle at fullback. Do you know what I mean? And they were giving him the ball, and they give him the rock, and every time that they needed a big play, he was the one that they targeted. So he's our big time player, and that's how we need to use him. We need to keep using him like that.
So Gavin, if Kyle Juszczyk is a fullback, can't they just switch positions? Can Kyle Juszczyk go to being a tight end, and then Joe Silly and then George Kittle could go to a fullback? Like they could switch positions.
No, I think we keep Kittle as a tight end, but move Juice to tight end too. That would make sense to me. I think personally the Juszczyk is a better tight end than Dwayne.
So Gavin, so you don't agree that you should move Kyle Juszczyk to tight end and then make George Kittle to fullback?
No, I don't agree with making George Kittle a fullback. What I agree with is moving Kittle to tight end because I think Juice to tight end because I think Juszczyk is a better tight end than Ross Dwelly. And don't at me, boys, because you can't change my mind. He's a better route runner than him. He is. I think he can block better than him. Do you mean? I think he's got better hands than him as well. To me, right here, Kyle Juszczyk is tight end number 2, guys.
Hey,
But
You love Juszczyk. What's up?
Hey,
yeah.
Bashar, could you let Mahoney speak? Mahoney hasn't said anything yet.
He muted himself. I don't know. Maybe he's busy. I don't know. There he
Hey
is.
Mahoney, do you have anything about the game today? Because it was a pretty disappointing loss. We lost by 3 points to the Packers on a 51-yard field goal by Mason Crosby. What are your thoughts of the game? Do you think it was did you kind of see that it would be this disappointing, or did you already?
I figured it was going to be close. My thing was we should have read it at the end, not through it.
So when Mason Crosby hit that 51-yard field goal, did you already know it that he was gonna kick it no matter what? Because he did you know that he was gonna do it?
No, but I'm saying before Green Bay got the ball, if we would have just ran the ball at the goal line instead of passing, I think we win the game. I think this loss is on Shanahan, not Jimmy.
Oh, why did you say Shanahan and not D'Amico?
Well, I mean, it's very simple. Shanahan gets really he doesn't know how to game manage towards the end of the game. I feel.
Yeah.
And my thing was, if you would have ran the ball when we were at the goal line, and let's say 20 seconds when it came off, and then we score on the next play, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the time to go down there and kick the game-winning field goal. That's why I put it on Shanahan, because that's his fault for giving the ball back to Rodgers with 40 seconds left or whatever.
Yeah.
Had we ran it and called a timeout with like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and punched it in, that would have left them with no time, regardless who's back there.
Yeah. I want to piggyback off that, Mo, and just say that Juice should have gone down on the 1 yard line. He shouldn't have scored. He should not have scored. I think he should have gone down on the 1 yard line. I think, and then called a run play, whatever, killed the game off. So yeah, and I totally agree that Kyle Shanahan's situational football is absolutely dreadful. Dreadful, his situational football is.
Bloody dreadful.
Bloody dreadful. Gosh. Shut all you muted, bro.
Hey, Gavin, my question to you is that, what are your thoughts of Matt LaFleur as head coach? Green Bay.
I think he's a little bit of a crybaby. Did you see all the temper tantrums he was having on the sideline, throwing his red flag in front of the refs? He made it. Oh, that call was BS, and just man up and get on with the game. The referees get the bad calls in games all the time. Just move on with it. And it seemed to me like he was stuck on it for a while.
Hey, OG 49er.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts of Matt LaFleur, like, just as a head coach, like, generally as a head coach? Do you think he has the expertise to lead this Packers team, or he has zero expertise at all, like, no skills?
He has zero expertise, no skills. He's a big old wuss and a big old crybaby.
So do you think? So OG, so if I was leading the Packers, do you think I would be a much better head coach than Matt LaFleur?
Absolutely, Chardell.
Would I be a much better head coach than LaFleur?
Yes,
Absolutely, Chardell.
They should fire Matt LaFleur and put me as head coach of the Packers. I'll be a better head coach.
Yeah.
I would
Old LaFleur.
Yeah.
I would endorse it.
I'll buy that for $1.
I would be such a great head coach. I would be like smacking them on their helmets and doing all that stuff.
What you need to do, Chardell, is apply for Kyle Shanahan's job.
Like, you know what?
I think there's a lot of faithful fans who want to see that actually happen.
So you're saying you want me to be head coach of the 49ers instead of Kyle Shanahan?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll endorse that.
I was in the press conference chat just now when people were talking about this.
And you know what would be so cool if they make me the head coach of the 49ers, then Grant Cohn would ask the questions in the post-game press conferences.
That is true.
Shut up, we need to get Grant on you. Shut up, we need to get Grant on you, we do.
No, that would make me kind of special if they make me head coach of the 49ers and then Grant Cohn asks me, like, after the game, like, what did you think about the game? Who won? Stuff like that.
Exactly.
So no, I got plans to get Grant on the channel. I'm going to ask him to come on the channel soon. We'll get Grant on you, we will.
How are you going to get Grant Cohn on the channel?
Trust, he owes me a nickel, bro. He owes me a nickel. Grant will come on the show if we ask him. But don't even ask him. Let me ask him, because I want to do I want to see if Jack Hammer will jump on as well, and we'll do like a superstar round table. Me, you, Grant, Jack Hammer, maybe Maverick Palak. Somebody like I will do like an all-star round table, we will, and we'll just pull out all the guns, we will, yeah? And we'll get the big stars on ya. Yeah?
Hey guys, I'm gonna cut it short tonight because I gotta get up for work tomorrow. But
OG, take care, man. Good talking to you.
It was good to talk to everybody.
Really great talking to you, OG49.
OG, round table Saturday, you were on there, yeah?
Yeah.
Every Saturday, you the man.
All right, I'll see you then.
It was really
Bye,
nice
OG.
to meet
Take
you.
care, bro.
OG49, take care.
So, Shadow, what was your thoughts on how the 49ers offensive line handled the Green Bay Packers defensive line? How do you think we handled it?
I think they did an absolute. I think they did the worst. I think they did not do the best job. I think they did a really bad of a job. They didn't do really great.
What was your thoughts on it, Bash?
I was
Hey,
disappointed. I was disappointed because
Why?
going into the game, we played a tougher. Going into Philly, on the road, we played a much tougher, much more heralded defensive line. That was, just that has a much better track record and has done a whole lot more, and we looked good. We looked good against Philly and against their D line, and then we play a much more mediocre D line, and then they have Zadarius Smith out. They still have Preston Smith, I get it, but we didn't. I don't know, man. We just didn't do enough. And I will say this though: there were many times in the passing game. Not that Jimmy G had all day to throw, but I just think Jimmy G holds on to the ball, or just he just his awareness in the pocket is just so frustrating. He takes too long to realize the danger is coming. I think he sees everything late. He's a step behind everybody. His throws are a step behind everybody. It just, I don't know, man. He never knows when to throw the ball away. He just runs into people to take the sack. And I know one time he got out of the pocket and ran away and made a throw. I'm like, okay, cool, that was nice. But it's really frustrating. Jimmy G does not help in terms of making the O-line look good. And I'll say it before and I'll say it again. I wish Trey Lance would freaking play more, especially when we need a jump start in the run game. His presence on the field opens up the run game. Okay, and he can run the ball himself, or the team has to account for him, and it'll just make a little bit wider holes for the running back, whoever is the running back, if it's Trey Sermon, Kerryon Johnson, or Cannon, or whoever you throw in there.
Yeah.
So,
Right, let me pick you back off this, right? Yeah, right. So week 1, right? Yeah, Jimmy G's release time was under 2.5 seconds. Bash, what has changed?
I don't know. I came out watching this game. Why is he throwing the ball so late? Why is he throwing the ball so slow? It's like, it's bad enough that you're staring down people on your routine throws. And I get these are your routine bread and butter type plays and throws. But don't make it look so obvious when you stare them down. And if anything, at least throw the ball with quickness like you did in week 1 and like you did when we first got Jimmy G in 2017. Where's your quick release at? Where's this amazing quick release that Jimmy G has? The ball's coming out so slow, and it frustrates me. It pisses me off. And like you said earlier, more balls should have been picked off.
Yeah, definitely. Mahoney, what's your thoughts on Jimmy G and his game tonight? You there, Joey?
Joey, unmute yourself if you're trying to talk.
No, he's
Joey, if you're trying to talk, you're still muted.
No, don't worry about it. Shadow, what's your thoughts then? You were muted as well, mate. Unmute yourself. Stop muting yourself, Shadow. Right, yeah. Right, what's your thoughts on Jimmy G's game tonight?
I think Jimmy G had a really great game, but he kept throwing wide open passes that kept going incomplete. And I think he's getting way too overconfident on his passes, because he's throwing like passes that are way off, and then they're always incomplete. I think he had a really bad game. I think we saw more bad Jimmy today instead of good Jimmy today against the Green Bay Packers. I really did not like the way Jimmy played today.
Yeah, we did see more bad Jimmy. We did. Yeah, that's why I was asking the question.
I didn't like him at all.
Bad Jimmy.
I thought he would. I thought Jimmy G would throw for like more than 300 yards, but it didn't happen today. He probably threw for less than those.
So I got a question.
He threw for he almost threw for the same amount of yards as Aaron Rodgers did. I looked up the stat sheet. It's not always about the yards though. It's about efficient. It's about efficiency. It's about what happens in certain situations. In certain situations, Jimmy G looks really bad.
But everybody thinks about it. It's because it's all about yardage. Like how many yards?
Not all yards are created equal though. It's not always about the yards. It's more so about efficiency in situations.
Right. So, what are your guys' thoughts on Aaron Jones and the game that he had? Because he didn't look like the same old Aaron Jones that we know. Yeah. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Bashard, you want to go first? Oh, go on,
I think Aaron.
He looked.
I
Go
think,
ahead, Shadow.
who are you talking about? Aaron Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Aaron Jones did really well today. He's probably the Green Bay Packers' best running back, and I think he's having a wonderful season. And I think they should re-sign him to like maybe a 2-3 year deal.
Bosh?
Aaron Jones had a pretty good day. 82 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, and he caught about 2 passes. Not that big of a deal in the passing game, but he had a decent game. He had a touchdown too. I mean, he did better than Sermon did. Even though I like Sermon's potential, I think eventually he could do well for us. But and the running game, we usually establish the game with the running game. We're the ones who start the whole run game. We get the game going with the run game, and for like a quarter and a half, we didn't even run the ball because we weren't even on the field because Aaron Rodgers was on the field the whole damn time in the very beginning of the game. And so it's like, okay, how are we going to establish the run if we're playing from behind and and we're not even on the field?
Yeah.
Go on, Gavin.
Yeah.
So my question to you is that when does Aaron Rodgers when are some times when he can really be he's gonna have a really great game, and that puts pressure on the 49ers because he's gonna have a really great game and people have to try to stop him, but nobody can stop Aaron Rodgers. He's like unstoppable. Yeah. He's so great that nobody can stop him.
Right. The thing is about Aaron Rodgers, right, is an average game for him is a great game for like 90% of the quarterbacks in the league. So he can have like an average game and still look like he's electric. So he's just that X factor, and he's last season's MVP. You just can't write him off. And that first half, he just dominated us. We just couldn't get near him. Bosa was like nowhere near him, and he was just picking us off. And he knew where to target us with the cornerbacks. He was just picking on the door, and we gave away stupid penalties as well. This is what done my head in. We gave away stupid penalties on crunch plays, and we was just getting them up the field when we didn't need to be like so hands-on or so grabby to be on overthrown balls. And we just gave the ball to Green Bay in decent positions, and we're giving away like 35 yard penalties to Aaron. And you're giving
some of those
Rodgers,
calls were BS though.
Yeah, a lot of them were like one or two of them were
but
not all of them.
When can Aaron Rodgers be a problem to the 49ers? A threat to the 49ers?
I was saying, read what Mahoney said in the chat. He said something here in the private chat.
2 straight games where we had 0 points at 2-minute warning in quarter. QTR, that must stop. Too many 3 and outs. Yeah, I agree. We did have too many 3 and outs. That's a great point, Joey.
So do you agree with this comment by Matthew Mears? He says, remember the team at least turnovers win. Jimmy had 2 turnovers.
Yeah, you should have had more turnovers than that.
Jimmy G's one guy I know says he's a turnover machine, so take that.
Sorry, man.
CG's back.
Joey's back. Joey.
CG, did you have internet from your internet connection was
no, he had to go do his rounds.
Oh, yeah. No, I had to do my rounds, and then I checked out my video. It's kind of popping up a little bit, almost to 100 views on the other video.
Oh.
No, I kind of just ranted. I ranted about that. Gavin, they kind of helped us.
Do you think the refs helped us out too?
Yeah, I do definitely. We had a couple of calls that went our way. I still think we gave away not too many penalties, but the yardage we gave away on the penalties was.
And we ruined their bets too. We ruined their bet money too.
Yeah. No doubt. Like, what do you think, Ed Bash? Do you think we had too many ref decisions go our way? No, everyone's muted. What do you think, Ed Shodo? What do you think about the penalties, Shodo?
I think they were absolutely horrendous. If we limited the amount of penalties that we made in the game, we could have won the game. But if we keep on making so many penalties, we're not gonna win. We're probably gonna lose because like those penalties really costed us in the game.
Yeah, well, that's what kept the Green Bay Packers turning over. And
Well,
kept
Seattle's
the
going to
chains
be
moving
tough,
eventually.
especially on the road.
Bashar, do you also agree that the 49ers made so many penalties, and all those penalties we made really costed us the game?
Big Daddy, is Mahoney you there? Mahoney, no. Joey, you back?
Hey Mahoney, you might be muted.
No. CG, you there?
Yeah.
Hey,
how would
CG,
you
so
do
my
it?
question is that do you think the amount of penalties the 49ers made, do you think that costed us the game?
Pretty much, because it gave them a long drive, and it kind of held our defense. Our defense was getting too tired, so
How do you
it kind of really hurt us a lot when it came to
Gavin,
giving up yards. Yeah.
so for the 49ers, what should the 49ers do so they don't get super tired and they start, giving an easy place to Green Bay so they can score?
Well, I think we need to keep the defense off the field. I think the defense is on the field for a lot of that game. So by keeping the defense off the field and getting the offense on the field, it's going to keep the defense rested. So yeah, that's where I think that we need to improve.
So Gavin, so Matthew Mears said it was a good game, even though we lost, came down to the wire. We had our chances to win. What are your thoughts about Matthew Mears' comment?
Did we really have a chance?
Well,
to
it did.
win,
It
though?
did come to the wire. It did come a close game.
They had a
like-
shot to win. We had the game, and we gave it to him at the end.
It did come down
Yeah.
to the wire because it came down to the 51-yarder that Mason Crosby hit.
Yeah, and then
we
Jimmy's
lost.
like, this is the way how Jimmy played almost in that possession. We should have at least extended. We should have at least got a chance to have a lead.
So
But instead, Jimmy was like this. Oh, here you go, guys. Take it, defense.
I do agree with Matthew's comment. I do agree with this comment. It was a good game. I mean, we did lose, but it was a really well played between both teams.
It was the best game I watched all day. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really
Definitely.
really great game. So I 100% agree with the comment by Matthew. He definitely knows where he's coming from. So I appreciate that people are not putting questions that make no sense at all. So he's definitely putting questions that make sense.
Well, division's gonna get a lot harder, man. Division's gonna get really harder if we keep on losing these games. Cause
Matthew Stafford looking good.
Yeah,
Are you saying
man.
DG, so are you saying that are you
just
saying
losing
that,
this game.
Oh, sorry. You're saying that Gavin. So what can so if the 49ers want to win against Seattle, what are some things the team has to focus on if they want to beat Seattle?
Okay. I'll give you my keys to beating Seattle. Okay. To beat Seattle, we got to have more time of possession on offense.
Yeah.
We got to be able to run the clock more. Silence the noise because we're going to be at Seattle. Most of all, get to Russell Wilson, but then you have to cover DK Metcalf, which he's a big problem. Tyler Lockett's very consistent.
We're at home. It's not in
I got two.
Are we
I
at
got
home?
two. I have
We're at
less
home.
penalties.
Oh, we're at
right?
home?
Less
Okay, never
penalties,
mind.
Less penalties right in the air and don't turn
I
the
thought we
ball
were going to play
over.
at Seattle at first. I guess I must have got it mixed up. Man, I hope we don't play like shitty at home, man, because that would be kind of surprising. We'd be undefeated on the road, but then lose all our home games. That would be stupid.
Seattle don't look good right now, bro.
Especially, I don't know, Seattle. Oh, so especially at Seattle coming with a two game losing streak, man. I'm pretty sure they want to get off, snap that losing streak. So it's gonna be.
Let me just give you a stat now, right? Going into next week, I will give us a bit of hope, right? Jimmy G has never lost back-to-back games where he is a starter in the NFL. Just let that sink in. I mean, so I'm predicting about.
He better keep that streak alive, or else Trey Lance is gonna be breathing down his shoulder.
Actually, he did lost one back-to-back game. He did lost one back-to-back game that other season.
No.
You mean he did lose one back-to-back game? Which one?
Yeah, he lost to the one to the to the Eagles, and then he lost to the Miami Dolphins. I don't know which one it was, but it was one of the two.
He didn't. Who last year he didn't play in the Eagles game.
The Eagles.
No,
Carl's
I
Nick Mullins.
saw a stat in the middle of the game, and
Nick
they said
Mullins.
that Jimmy G has never lost back-to-back.
No,
He
Nick
never lost
Mullins.
2 games in a row as a starter.
Okay, I
OG.
must have got it wrong, but I'm
CG.
looking at the.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me look
Yeah.
at the games he did play because I remember he did lose 2 straight games before.
He didn't
I
play the
don't
Eagles though.
I think it was another team. I forgot what it was.
Jimmy G is our captain,
Hey.
guys.
Hey,
Hey, wouldn't it
Gav.
be kind of funny if we
Yeah.
do beat Seattle straight and they go to a 3-game losing streak? That'd be hilarious.
Gav, please do the fat bastard for me thing again and do the referee one too. please.
You had all
I
the
need it.
pies. You had all the pies. You fuck busted. You fuck busted. You had all the pies. And then
You
the other
fuck
one is,
bastard. You fuck bastard. You fuck bastard.
Let him say
the other one,
it. And do the referee song.
referee's a white guy. The referee's a white guy.
They do that in soccer, huh? In the UK, they should do that. They should do that here.
You know, it'd make me laugh, right? Yeah, because you watch the NFL, right? Yeah, and the only team that's got a chant really is the Chiefs, right? Yeah, and then the rest is just noise. It's just people screaming.
The
people
Chiefs chant
banging
is
drums.
even a good chant.
Yeah.
They're not saying nothing.
But then if you
Hey,
go
the
to
Chiefs
an
are losing,
EPL
bro.
game,
They're
right,
1-2.
you go to an EPL game, right? Yeah, right, and it's on 12 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Yeah, and the amount of swearing you hear on live TV coming from the crowd is unreal, boys, right? If we're watching an EPL game again, boys, right? Yeah, just listen to the crowd. Don't listen to the commentary. Just listen to the crowd. Like that's all you got to do. I mean, it's funny. It's funny.
Hey, you
It's a
should have
big
invited
contrast.
Daryl on here.
Daryl. Oh yeah. What's his name? Alien Jazz Party.
Yeah,
I mean,
is he
yeah.
on Twitter?
No, he is. Yeah, at Alien Jazz Party.
Let me look for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I'm following him. Do you mean? Yeah. Do you want me to send you the link to his profile? I can do that if you want.
I'll try to find it.
That's not a
Daryl
problem.
Alexander. I found him.
You found him, well, yeah. Do you mean, I don't know if he's awake this time of night.
No,
See,
he
that's
probably
the
isn't.
problem, like.
Well, I can check by his tweets.
I
It
doubt
doesn't
it.
look like he's awake. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think you're probably catching it up. That guy is knowledgeable about football, though. He tries to make out
Yeah.
like, doing that he's not, and he is.
Who is he?
Really is. He's,
Daryl?
he's a Brit. He
He's from
used to live in
England.
San Francisco. He lived in San Francisco at one point, he did. So he used to go, well, he's a Giants
He
fan.
must be
he's
a
San
really
Francisco
brothy
Giants
mate,
fan.
mate.
Yeah, that's the accent that he's got. You actually got that one right. You did CG for 1 second. Eh? Do you mean? Yeah. He's a proper. He's a limey. He's English. He is. Look. From London.
He's showing his ticket stubs on his Twitter from
Yeah.
1993 when he
Yeah.
went to a Bengals game when the 49ers played the Bengals in the regular
Candlestick,
season.
with the candlestick party.
Yeah, candlestick. And then one time was a preseason game at Stanford Stadium versus the Raiders, 1993 as well. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely been to Candlestick. Yeah. He lives in
So he
England.
seems
though.
like a cool guy then, huh?
Yeah, he's cool. He's
super
really
cool,
funny
yes,
too.
he is. Super
He's
cool.
he's hilarious.
What I'll try
Yeah,
and
but
do,
OG's
CG, is I will
OG's
try
right
and
down
get
my-
him on one of your hangouts. I'll try him, right, because you have early
Yeah, but
morning
OG's
hangouts,
like
I'll try and get him on
OG's
one
not
of the
far
early
from me,
ones.
man.
You have
The
to
one
talk to him.
the one I'm more close to is OG. He's not too far off from me.
OG's cool. Well, why don't you hang out with OG?
No, I mean if I had the free time, I probably wouldn't mind. but
What
he's
city
probably-
is he in?
He's in Fresno, just like me. But I don't know what side. I just know he lives down there.
Daryl's trying to talk to me about going to watch a Queen's Park Rangers game with him. He wants me to go down to London and watch a game with him. He
Yeah, he's
does.
a cool dude, man. I like if I had a coaching staff at that position, I would have him as my DB coach or my defense coordinator. He'd probably yell at him and say, "Hey, man, stop watching. Do your coverage job."
But guys, I need an hand. I need a hand as well, right? Yeah, I need to come up with a name for the Saturday roundtable preview that I do have. Right? Yeah, I want to come up with a name for that show.
How about
A name for the show?
Yeah.
How about
Wow.
the post 49ers? How about the post 49ers? What is it? Post 49ers.
I want to come up with like a
night.
regular name for the round table, like, you know, do you mean like a name for the show itself? Not like, do you mean like a
49ers
title?
at night. 49ers at night.
No, but it's going to be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It is. It's 4 o'clock every
Okay,
Saturday. I'm going to be doing it. So just
Okay.
have a think about it, boys. Like, you know, do you mean if you come up with anything good, do you mean mail me or tell me? Do you mean, and yeah, I'll just take it all on board.
Hey, I'm surprised they got a uke involved this time.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Good. Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
It looks like he wasn't in. Do you think he was in Shanahan's doghouse, or do you think it was actually the injury?
I think he was just. I think they wanted to make sure he.
I think he might have been in the doghouse, but it was short-lived.
I don't think it was the injury either, because they had him returning punts. If he was injured that badly, surely they wouldn't have him returning punts. And while we're talking about returning punts, right, let's talk about that Canyon guy, because if it's not for that punt return, right, he got us back into the game.
It was a kickoff. It was a kickoff.
Oh, kickoff return, like, you know, do you mean sorry?
That guy came from Baltimore. He came from Baltimore too, which is
yeah. But if it's not for that return, boys, right, yeah, we're dead and buried. As soon as he did that 50-yard return, right, he just lifted the whole crowd and the whole team, and they all got behind it. Then it just took one big play to spark it, and as soon as you sparked it, that's when
his last name's Cannon, so he does lay a cannon.
yeah. Damn right. It's about time.
Shut up a canyon.
Returner.
Yeah, shut up a canyon. But hey, you know, we should call it. If you want to call it for another show, let's call it 49ers Boulevard.
Yeah.
Or just 49er, or how about 49er Land?
I got you.
When are you doing the
49er Universe?
When are you doing the roundtable?
Oh yeah, there you go, 49er Universe. There you go.
Yeah, do you mean the 49er Universe? Right, that's awesome, Bash. Bash, you'd come up with all the best nicknames. You give me Nina McGregor, right? Yeah. You afford this as well, like you're an absolute genius, you are, bro.
I wish you'd use Nina McGregor more.
Hey, hey, Gavin.
Yeah.
What is that picture that you put?
Which one now? My profile picture right now.
Who is it?
That's Juice Check.
Oh, do you mean of course?
Well, how would you raise that question? How would you raise that question?
Yeah,
knowing who Gavin is. Come on now. Gavin's Juice Check's biggest fan.
No, I forgot about that.
I'm saving it for a Juice jersey. I am, guys. I'm saving it for you.
Hey, Gavin, why not you order a Juice Check jersey, man?
I am saving it for it. Like, do you mean? By the end of this month now, I'm hoping to have enough money to get a Juice Check jersey.
Buy a Chinese one; they're cheaper.
I'm sorry.
I'm not, because I'm not being funny, right? No offense to my mate, but I won't say his name. But he showed me one of those Chinese knockoff jerseys, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, get this. It was $50. Like, do you mean? And you'll save yourself loads." And I saw the neck on it. The neck on it was just super low, and I was like, "Oh no, mate, no. I'd rather get a real one. I got a real Liverpool jersey that cost me like £70. Pounds sterling, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna get a real one. I'll get a real one. I will.
How about you get yourself a Josh Hockett jersey too?
Oh, I don't know about that too, but definitely a Juice jersey. That's definitely happening this month. If not the end of this month, but the end of next month, I'll definitely have.
All right, take care. Jersey. I guess Matthew Mears. Hey, maybe you should check out my stream sometime.
We can get the win next week.
Bye, Matthew.
How about 49er Universe then? I guess we can call ourselves the Universe, just like the WWE Universe.
That is. I mean, that's brilliant.
Hey, Gavin. When is your 49er Universe?
It is every Saturday at 4 o'clock, right? Yeah, I did have it right just before the game, right? Yeah, but I noticed that everybody goes live at the same time. So what I thought I'd do is I'd do it at a different time to everybody else, and hopefully then pull in more viewers because it's not on the same time as anybody else. So
Gavin, I can't do it this Saturday.
You can't. I know you're working. I work
12 to 8 on Saturday and 12 to 8 on Sunday.
Yeah, and then 8 o'clock is way too late for me. Do you mean so? I don't mind doing it. Do you mean I'll get a couple of the boys?
You work graveyard
regulars on me. Pardon?
He works graveyard. Oh, you work until like 12 till like 8 at night, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I work. I mean, yeah, I'm working like overtime today. Working 12 hours.
Hey, Gavin.
Team Great America.
Did you not, CG and Gavin? Did you not know I work at Great America?
I knew, huh?
You're a celebrity at Great America.
Yeah.
Right, Shadow, remember you said that somebody recognized you in Great America? That somebody pointed you out once and
they want your autograph
from the cold phone. I saw somebody say in Grant's chat the other day saying, I saw Shardall in Great America and I said hi to him. So whoever recognised you was in Grant's chat the other day talking about how he recognised you.
Hey, CG, you
I
know
can't remember his
what?
name or.
I'm happy that I banned that white supremacist who was trying to get in my stream.
Yeah, I told you to watch out for that person.
What?
Haters.
I told you to watch out for that person.
That white supremacist that Moses tried to warn me of.
Yeah, it's nothing but racist trolls or something like that. There's some trolls like that.
Yeah.
It must show you doing something right if you're attracting trolls like that, Shardall. So you must be doing something right, bro.
I'm not doing anything bad. He just came on
Shardall
my
is
stream.
just Shardall is just a funny guy with a funny sense of humor, but I guess he does his way how he does it, man. You wear your sunglasses, you have your hair just like you're trying to go into the flow, man. You going with the flow?
You going with the flow. Can't beat the system. Go.
Hey, Shardall, you know what would look kind of cool with you is some dreads, man. Some dreads, man. You'd be doping.
With what?
No, I was just playing around about the. I was playing about the dreads, bro. I was just playing around.
Oh.
I think you'd rock dreadlocks.
Hey, dude, he'll be like the kind of guy that'll be like, dude, where's my car?
Hey, Gavin, do you agree with me? I would rock dreadlocks.
I think so, bro. Definitely.
Would I look sick with dreadlocks or no?
I think you would look sick. I think you would look sick. Right there, boys. Right, I'm gonna shoot off. I am, right, boys, because it's getting super late. My end. Like I should have been in bed like hours and hours.
Yeah, it's a good stream, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Gavin.
Right
Hey, Gavin. Thanks for hopping on my stream, staying for a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay. Like anytime. Like, do you mean? I think the boys. Wait, now, before we go, has anybody got any last thoughts now about the game or anything they want to share before they go?
Hey, anybody have some last minute thoughts about the game before I end the stream?
Most of all, just make some adjustments, but I think we got to focus on Seattle. This loss on Green Bay just seems like it had to be done at some point. You know, one way or the other, we were going to lose one game out of those ones. So better to get that off the system now.
Yeah, I think instead of looking at it like a negative, I think we need to look at it as a positive. I think we took them down to the wire. Packers are a good team. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, like I said earlier, they got the NFC Championship last season. They added to their squad, right? Yeah, so we need to take it as a positive and use that as a positive now, going into the Seattle game now, and use this motivation to go down there and get us a W, because that's where we want to win, right? Yeah, everybody wants to beat the Seahawks, right? Yeah, so let's just use this now as a positive, and get into the Seahawks and just smash them next week. So yeah, Shardall, what's your last thoughts, buddy?
I just want to focus on winning Seattle and just playing a really great game of football and putting everything on the line, and just let's get a win on against Seattle. And I know we have the ability to do it. I mean, I know that our team is very talented, and I know we have the capability to beat Seattle. What are your do you think we have we're capable of beating Seattle?
Oh, I definitely think we're definitely capable of beating Seattle down there. I think, especially after the way Seattle have been playing, they're not as good as previous years. And like Grant Cohn said, Grant Cohn thinks that they're the worst team in the NFC West, and I have to sort of agree with him, because I think apart from wide receivers and quarterback, I think we beat them all over the field. Everywhere else on the field, we beat them. So yeah, my final thoughts are we're going into Seattle next week, and we're getting a W. Let's go Niners. Right, Shardall, it's been great, and I love it to bits, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye,
Hey,
buddy.
it was really great for you to come on. You're always welcome to come on anytime.
I know, like yeah. Right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Anytime you want to come on, I'll send you the link and you can hop on.
You know the drill. Right, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, I'm always gonna be GOAT number 1, and you're gonna be GOAT number 2.
GOAT number 2. That'll do me. I'll take it. I will.
Okay.
Right. Hashtag Team Great America.
Yeah. Hashtag Team Great America.
Alright. Catch you in a bit. Bye, buddy.
Hey, see ya. Bye.